What's going on, guys? In today's video we're talking about how to make a really solid LinkedIn page. So this is another episode of Voting for Videos with Josh. This was decided by the Discord out of a few options, and if you want to be part of that vote, go ahead and join the Discord. Link's in the description. If you don't know what LinkedIn is, it's basically discount Facebook for corporations and your job. So if you want to see a bunch of really awkward people dressed up in the same team, whatever their company shirt is, all standing really awkward in photos, then LinkedIn is the place to go. If you want to see people's cheesy team building exercises like they're back in kindergarten, then LinkedIn's the place to go. If you want to see a bunch of corporate mumbo jumbo, then LinkedIn's the place to go. LinkedIn doesn't really have a purpose for me other than when I'm looking for a job, and in that respect it's basically a checkbox for a resume. It says please include your LinkedIn. The only reason you include it is so that people can see your picture. LinkedIn is also a place where you put your you basically just retype your resume but add pictures and stuff. So all the bullet points on your resume that you're like drove team meetings, it gets literally copy paste to LinkedIn. Except on LinkedIn you can include your entire work history and not just your resume version. On your resume you want to try to keep it to one page. Occasionally you can go to 2 pages if you're like amazing, I guess. I keep my resume to 1 page, but anyways, on LinkedIn you can include your entire work history. You can include volunteer projects, you can include your projects, like your side projects. Yeah, so in addition to that, you can also add like courses, and there's a whole bunch of options on LinkedIn, but it doesn't really serve that much of a purpose. It's just a place for where recruiters can reach out to you and be like, hello, are you interested in being a scuba diver software developer? What? I would get some really strange stuff on LinkedIn, but occasionally you'll find something, and they do have a good job board that's usually shared with Glassdoor, Indeed, and wherever jobs are posting. Sometimes jobs are listed on LinkedIn first because I think it's cheaper for companies to post there for some reason. But if you're interested in HR and cheesy team building, LinkedIn is the place for you to be. Can you tell that I'm tired? Because it's 11:39 at night, and I filmed this an hour ago, and then I watched it back just now, and I was blurry. So I'm a little bit tired, and I'm a little bit what can you do, you know? But anyways, I hope that you guys will stick with me through this. And I know I'm supposed to do this at the end of the video, but I'm just so excited because I haven't slept much anyways. Before we jump into the actual shared video, I just want to say thank you to everyone who came to the stream last night and said happy birthday, or today and said happy belated birthday. I appreciate that. I still don't feel like I'm 28 years old. My voice still cracks, and yeah. Anyways, the other people I would like to thank would be my Patreons, or my patrons from Patreon. I haven't been sleeping a lot. I didn't think that anyone would ever sign up to do it, and so the fact that you guys did just makes kind of everyone kind of struggles with self-image, right? So I must be making something that you guys like, and for you to support me in that way with your hard-earned dollars, so to speak, then I'm just constantly in amazement. But I guess you feel the dream, and I feel the dream too. So let me just go ahead and say thank you by name. We got the Martin Fee, we got Sean, we got Vlaslo, and then we got Michael in there as well. They've all supported the channel, so thank you guys so much, and I'll put your names at the end. It just means the world to me. So if you're interested in the Patreon, the link for that is in the description. Every little bit helps, and it goes towards making these videos better because it gives me more time to make them. So before I do enough shilling, let me just say, if you like these videos, hit that subscribe button, click the bell, and get notified when I release more of these. And hopefully I'll be more energetic in the one tomorrow, because it won't be 4 a.m. when it's finally uploaded. But I digress. Anyways, let's jump into this LinkedIn, and I hope I can give you guys some helpful tips. Alright, so this is my LinkedIn profile. I have a LinkedIn profile. I've never tried to hide it or anything. Alright, so we're looking at my LinkedIn here, and the secret to LinkedIn is to just fill in every single option that they provide you. So obviously you have your job and your work history, everything that you've worked at, and then you have your education. And I even put some volunteer experience I did when I was like 19 years old here. Then you have your skills and endorsements. So let me come down. And then you have people that have given you recommendations down here at the bottom. Then you have accomplishments, and you put some interests on here. And so that's like the overall gist of a LinkedIn. But you need a picture. Make sure it's professional looking. This is me when I'm like I don't know, like 23 years old. That was a while ago, but I'm wearing a suit and tie, and I don't wear those very much. And then you need a background photo, of course. You want to make it, I don't know, this is kind of like your MySpace for work. I'm not sure how much of an effect it has, but you need to link it on your resume at the bare minimum, and that's just how it is. So you know how on a resume you have like a summary section? This, I'm passionate about learning the greatest in whatever technologies, and then you can expand that out. And this is kind of where you just make your little blurb about you and what you're interested in here. Add profile section. I think this is a new way to edit and update your page. But let's just scroll down here. So I have my experience here, and let's just take, let's go with this one for example. What you need to do is you need to add media to every single one. Add a link to it, so when you click on it, it will actually take you to the place that you want to go. And then you need a recommendation letter. So I'm always trying to get a recommendation letter from someone somewhere at every job. Even while I'm still working there, I tell them, hey, can I get a recommendation letter from you, because I would like to attach this to my LinkedIn. And I'm upfront about it, and I keep it attached to every single job that I can get one from. And then I have my education here. So I have my degree, bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering. I put my GPA. I put a link to a project that I did while I was at school there. And then I put a link to the school. And then here's Dev Mountain. And they didn't actually give me anything when I finished. They didn't give me a paper. They didn't give me an email. I got a shirt that you sometimes see me wear. So I basically emailed them. I was like, look, I need some sort of certificate. I need something to prove that I finished this, and I need the CEO's signature on it. So as you can see, I have Caitlin Sharp's signature on a little custom-made certificate of completion for myself. Volunteer experience, this, I don't really know how much this does, but I just put something on there because I actually did this, and then I like working with animals too. Skills and endorsements. This is where you can add all your stuff. I'm not sure how much this matters either, but I just put everything I know, and then I just tell my friends to endorse me if they think that I'm valid for it. And then over time, as you build connections, I guess, on LinkedIn, more and more people will endorse what you have. So, it'd be super cool if I had like 1,000 endorsements on all of this. You just come and friend me and then endorse everything and just make it absolutely ridiculous for everyone that looks at my page. One of the keys with LinkedIn and making a really good LinkedIn is just friending everybody. And then after, I would say, like 800 connections, you don't have to do anything anymore. People just send you networking connections, and then more people, and it's just like this exponential curve of the snowball effect that just carries itself. And so now I'm up to like 2,200, and there's almost no one that I can't connect with because I have so many connections that know people. And the way it works on LinkedIn is if you don't have a connection to someone, you can't send them a message unless you pay money. I think that's a really, I don't think that's the best business model of doing things. I think they could do it a different way with, like, they're already making money on ads. But regardless, you can't message people unless you have a connection that knows that person. So there's been a few times I wanted to apply to a job, and then I would go to that job site. I'd find the hiring manager or software developer or the CTO or something, and I would want to message them, but I couldn't do it. Also on LinkedIn, what you want to do is, when you're applying to jobs, is go find the place that you want to work, and then look for people that work there. And then up here at the top, there's a little section where you can do see contact info. Some people have a blog. You can go read their blog. So this is like a little hack that you can do, is that you can go to someone's page and see if they have a blog, then click the blog and read about it, and then message them about their blog. And it really looks like you've done your creeping. You've done your research on that person. And I would say 9 out of 10 times they appreciate it, rather than, look at some of the recruiting mail that I get. It's just like, it doesn't even make sense. So basically what the point I'm trying to show you is that I have like endless mail from people that just copy paste, hello, are you looking for a job change? And I don't really read it. I don't even click the pre-made buttons most of the time. Number one, because I don't ever come to LinkedIn unless I'm looking for a job. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. But by reading someone's blog, like finding a link, finding the connections, and then message that person if you have a connection, and then ask if, do you have an email for this person? I'm doing XYZ. I'd like to talk to them. I've done that before. I can't directly message somebody, but I can directly message somebody, but I can message one of their colleagues or someone, because if we look at network, let's recap here. Let's just recap. We need links to the places that you've worked with media, like with an image, preferably if you can, and then you need a recommendation letter from every single place, and you link that front and center. You need a media. It's a link to the place that you worked. You need a recommendation letter for almost every single place, if you can get one, if you can manage to get one. I know it can be kind of awkward to ask your boss for a recommendation letter while you're working there, but just put emphasis, be like, look, it's for my future job prospects. If I ever decide to leave and I like working with you, I will gladly write you one as well. I know, by asking them to write you one, it makes you seem like, well, what are you going to do with it right now? But don't worry about that. Just be like, look, you would want one too if you knew that you were going to have to leave one day, and then you need to prove, or you would like a reference. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're looking for a new job just because you ask for a recommendation letter. If it offers an option, try to fill it out. See if you can't get some people that you've worked with to give you some recommendations. Those are really nice to see, and you can just scroll down and see people that have actually recommended you. If you guys want to come recommend me, that would be sweet. I don't actually know what it'll do, but maybe if I have enough recommendations and I turn on, that's what we should do. We should do this in a video. You guys come here, give me a bunch of recommendations, and then endorse all my skills, and then I'll turn on open to recruiters, and then we'll see what happens. I think that would be really fun. Yeah, so education, it's not a huge deal. If you don't actually have education, or you haven't completed an education, that doesn't matter. Put it here anyways. Put what you studied. If you didn't finish it, that's fine. Just put it here and put the link to the school. This was my very first app that I used to apply to jobs, and it's absolutely terrible. But I included a little bit of everything. I'm using the back end. I'm using jQuery, Angular. I tried to do some styling here. I tried to do a little bit of everything. So that's my LinkedIn here, and there's not too much to it. Just need to fill out everything you can, add as many people as you can, try to get recommendation letters, try to get links, add media, add pictures when you can. Just make yourself seem like a pleasant person to be around. Probably don't include any other social media at all, even if I don't think there's an option to do that, but if there was, don't do it. If you've watched these videos and you've sent me a message and I haven't responded to you, I'm probably going to do that right after I stop recording, but just know that I'm not ignoring you. I just don't check this very much because I have a job and I like my jobs, and I'm good. So, but maybe we'll do that experimental thing where you guys can come all, endorse my stuff and leave me recommendations. Alright guys, so that's the video. I hope there's been some tips in here, something helpful for you. And if you want to see more videos like this, click that little subscribe button over there somewhere. And I'll see you in the next video.